everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. I'm your host, John, and with me this week is Michael.
I'm alive.
Yeah, it's been a while since you've been on.
It's been a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, is everything all right?
It's been a really busy, strange month. Month and a half? Month.
Just
I don't
about.
know. Time.
Yeah.
What is it, right?
It's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's been weird. I don't know. There was a hurricane and a pipe burst, and I got a cold, and I went to Disney, and sitting in a living room or in a dining room, and I moved. A lot of things happened.
That is a lot.
That is you're telling me.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, I moved too, so I guess we know how that goes. I guess
we technically both moved closer to one another. We're still like over an hour away.
Yeah.
The beauty of the geography of Florida.
And that's not that bad.
No.
We'll see how it goes. But yeah, if you'd like to fill us in on what's going on, Michael, I would like to just reiterate for you and for the people at home who may have missed last week, we're changing up the format of the podcast a little bit. Of course, we're going to still talk about things that are going on with us, but we're not going to do our standard of what you've been playing and what news you're interested, or, what news you're being forced to pick out bits. We're just going to talk about things that interested us over the past week. May it be things that happened to you, things that you read, things that you played, or whatever strikes your fancy. So, Michael, what's been interesting you lately?
Cutthroat Kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, I found that Cutthroat Kitchen, which is Food Network show, it's one of the dumbest shows, I think, that involves actual cooking. It's hosted by Alton Brown. I don't know do you know who that is? I
am very aware of Alton Brown.
Mr. Brown. You
yes.
Don't sound too excited about Alton Brown.
He's extremely evil in that show.
In Cutthroat Kitchen?
Yes.
Yes, and I love it. I really enjoy it because for people who don't know, Cutthroat Kitchen airs on the Food Network and maybe has multiple episodes illegally uploaded on YouTube. I don't know. It's on the Food Network, and it's 4 chefs who are given a task of cooking something within 30 minutes, and either before they start cooking or while they're cooking, they each are allowed to bid with like fake $25,000 that they have on things that would hinder their opponents from doing stuff. Like one I saw had monkey bars, and off the monkey bars were tied like implements and bowls, so you had to constantly reach up to get your whisk and whisk things in a bowl. And trying to think of another one I saw. To get your ingredients, any cooking ingredients, there was a big pot of fondue cheese you had to dig through.
Ugh.
Yeah, that was really disgusting to watch.
So was the food in like a baggie, or was it just like, oh, here's this lettuce, this just plain lettuce, but it's drenched in fondue cheese now?
So some of the things he pulled out, like the pineapple and the lime and a lemon, were not in any sort of receptacle. They were pure as God intended them, dunked in cheese. The other things, like maybe flour, was wrapped up. So whatever it was in couldn't get cheese infused. He still had to wash it all off.
That's gross.
Yes, it was very disgusting to watch. But it's just a really good show to have on in the background while you're bullshitting and doing something else. And Alton Brown is evil, and I like evil Alton Brown.
He has many different forms. Like he's like lawful good in Good Eats, and then he's like chaotic evil in Cutthroat Kitchen.
I'd say he's chaotic neutral in Cutthroat Kitchen. Maybe he's evil. I don't know, because he has his rules and he follows them.
Maybe lawful evil then.
Maybe.
Or neutral evil, even.
So a part of the show is you get like a minute or 30 seconds to run into this like pantry that has all the things you would need to cook whatever he's come up with. And I had never seen anyone actually trapped in the pantry because at 60 seconds he closes the door. I'd never seen anyone get trapped until a special episode that had 4 grandmothers.
Oh no!
As the chefs. And on the first round, which features all 4, because one by one through each round, one is eliminated by the judge who tastes their food and goes, "This is crap. You didn't make what I wanted." 3 of the grandmothers on the first round got trapped. That was the first time I had ever seen that happen. And a part of me thinks, even though those grandmas could book, they were moving around. A part of me thinks it's just because they were old, and he just trapped a bunch of grandmothers, and he was delighted about it. So maybe you're right. That man is a little evil in that show.
He was basically just like, all right, you got 10 seconds, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, okay, door's closed, sorry.
And they're sliding glass doors, so I'm just waiting for him to just shut them on like someone's arm or something.
You didn't make it in time! Just like cuts their arm off. Sorry,
this season I added sharp blades to the doors that whirl.
Truly the most cutthroat of kitchens.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the auction where it's like, it's a knife. And they go, oh, you only get one knife to cook with? And he's like, no, cut one of the throats. Like, oh, wow, they ran out of ideas in season 20. Also, there's like 1,000 seasons of that show already. Like, there's over a dozen.
If you have an idea that good, you just keep it rolling.
Yeah, like, Alton Brown went from dude who like went to chef school because he was curious about it to making a show accidentally. He didn't actually want to be like the host of Good Eats. He was just the writer. So he went from that to like Food Network's host of everything. And I imagine that makes him some decent bank.
Yeah.
So good on him.
For sure.
Yeah.
What else has been interesting you?
Lego Dimensions is gone.
That's right.
That as someone who swooped in like a vulture on the decaying carcass of Disney Infinity, and maybe one time bought a single Disney Infinity figure and got 3 of them free. Thanks, Toys R Us. Yeah, Lego Dimensions is gone. They Warner Brothers decided that was enough, which is a year early. I guess they had already planned on ending it at one point because it's Warner Brothers publishing it, but it's the Lego people. I forget their names.
Traveler's Tales.
Thank you. It's them developing it. So, and then of course Lego making the Lego, which are very expensive to make. And I guess Warner Brothers just said that's enough. They didn't really explain why. I mean, I know why. There are always Lego Dimensions toys in whatever store you go into, and no one is buying them. But it just seems like Disney Infinity. Part of me understood because it's high production, cost plus the development. Yearly games, yearly titles, all that stuff, and Disney's reluctance to invest in it. I understood that. Warner Brothers had co-partners. They had Lego, they had Traveler's Tales, they had all this marketing money they could have elicited from all these products and brands. So I feel like it should have been easier for them, right?
I mean, maybe that's why it lasted as long as it did.
Maybe. But this just... go ahead.
I was just saying, I actually, I had to write an article about this for another site, funnily enough. So I read some short, not official interviews, but just some scuttlebutt about it. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like some people are basically saying, well, the big problems were that the Traveler's Tales being asked to do too much almost.
Sure.
Because basically Lego would be like, oh, hey, we want you to make a set for this. They would come out with a some new minifigures, and then Traveler's Tales would have to build entire levels and character models and abilities and all that around that. So like stuff they would basically be getting asked too much from people because basically everyone else involved had a lot less skin involved.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of hard for everyone else to like understand. And then there were also just a good, like maybe like 40% of the sets put out were just not popular with the demographic. Like they were trying to dip into the collector's segment by being like, oh yeah, no, here's some stuff from like 80s movies. You know, you want Goonies stuff, you want Kit from Knight Rider,
Back to the Future.
Exactly, like Gremlins. You know, like even though those are good things, kids don't know what the fuck that is. They're not going to buy it.
Sure.
And exactly, they didn't. Like, the Teen Titans and the Powerpuff Girls and, like, Adventure Time, like, those all sold well. Sonic, all this, like, all the things that children actually are aware of sold perfectly fine. It's just, I think they said it was, like, 30 to 40% of those sets were geared towards adult collectors, and you know, they don't really want to, like, you know, people will buy those things, but they're not going to buy that many of them because they're not going to buy the game. They just want the minifigure.
It sounds like they ran into the same problem Disney did, just maybe on a bigger scale or a slightly bigger scale. Because, like, Disney Infinity, like, their problem was they would invest heavily on specific toys that they thought, like, these will move. These will, like, what was it? It was like the Hulk. I don't think it was the Hulk. It was Iron Man Hulk armor?
The Hulkbuster armor. And then they also said it was the dude from Guardians of the Galaxy, Yondu, the like blue guy.
Yeah, you can still find Yondu. But which
is kind of upsetting because like he was a shitty character in the first, like not shitty, but like he was a poorly constructed character in the first one.
He had a small role.
And then he had a much larger role in the second one, and it's like, you know, maybe if they had pumped out those figures for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, that would have worked. But, you know, they could never have told.
Yeah.
They could never have known.
But yeah, it seems like Warner Brothers did the same thing, where I feel like the smarter thing would have been kind of place your bets lightly and see what sells, and then go and then push forward, which is kind of what Nintendo did with Amiibo, where they said, we don't know how well these will do, and everyone wanted them, and that actually created the demand that has driven a very small subset of people, but has driven a passionate subset of people to buy almost all the Amiibos, except for the Animal Crossing ones, which are everywhere. So I guess Warner Brothers just made the same mistake. It seems like.
I mean, yeah, and like just with Amiibo, like the thing with that one is like the reason why Animal Crossing didn't sell was because the Animal Crossing game was awful. Like people actually, from what I've gathered, I've heard that like people bought a good amount of those like Animal Crossing Amiibo cards. It's all about the functionality. Like,
is it with Amiibo?
To an extent, yes. Like I mean, you know, it's kind of hard because it's about functionality in a sense that like when it's paired up with a game that's popular, then it will sell. Those Breath of the Wild Amiibo are still selling like crazy. The Mario ones are selling okay, but like those Super Mario Odyssey ones are very hard to come by. Like if a game is super popular, then people will buy them.
I think it's also that those games had 2 to 3 Amiibo, maybe 1 or 2 more. I feel like the Animal Crossing ones have double that.
Well, Smash Bros had over 50, and those sold very well.
But so, not at once though. And that was at the that was also at the beginning of the Amiibo craze when they were very scarce.
Yeah.
So those sold really well because they were like 3 every Walmart and everyone bought them, and I never got to get my Kirby Amiibo because you fiends want $50 and I just want my sweet little pink boy to sit on my counter.
Hey, you can get a Kirby Amiibo now. It's not the Smash Bros. Kirby, but you can get a Kirby.
I want the Smash Bros. One because he's just hanging out, and he can hang out with my Olimar, and you know, just talk about what it's like to
Be very small.
Be very small and take other people's souls into your either hands or mouth.
I don't think that's what Olimar does. He just has Pikmin. They help him.
Do they help him, or is he commanding them to their doom?
He doesn't mean to kill them. He doesn't like it.
Are we sure about that? Because
yes, I'm sure about that.
You and I could play Pikmin and try to save and grow as many Pikmin as possible. Someone else could play Pikmin and just toss all the red ones in the water and call it a day.
You could say that about any video game, though.
Not Kirby.
I mean, you can say, like, oh, Kirby loves to kill himself because he just keeps jumping off of this ledge. Like, that's not fair. Kirby's not really like that. You know how Kirby is.
Yeah, he loves eating other people.
And that's what you do in Kirby. Yeah, okay. He does. He loves to.
All right, that's why I like Kirby. Is because he's straightforward.
You can agree with that.
He's straightforward. Kirby is just like, yo, dude, I love swallowing other people whole.
Uh-huh.
And that's it. He's just straightforward. He's like, and I'm cute. And you're like, yeah, you are.
Like, yeah, Kirby, if you ate me, I wouldn't have a problem with it. You do what you want to do, you know?
I've seen that post. If Kirby ate me, oh yeah, I've seen that Tumblr post going around.
Oh boy, stop typing vor into the Tumblr tag search, Michael. Come on.
It's my homepage. I can't help it.
Someone did this to me, and my life was never the same.
It was better. Kirby vor.
Michael, what else has been interesting you?
Cuphead.
Yes, you've been playing a lot of Cuphead.
Mm-hmm. I'm on... Have you been playing any Cuphead?
I don't have it. I played a little bit of it when I went to a friend's house a couple weeks ago, but it's very fun.
It is. For sure you would like it as a man who loves the Mega. Yeah, it's incredibly fun. I normally do not like frustrating games like that. I like Mega Man, but I would never sit down and like, I'm going to beat me a Mega Man. I would play Mega Man and go, that music. See you later. I would be done. Same with...
I'll be honest. I have not actually finished a Mega Man game yet.
Sure.
So, they're fun games and it's fun to listen to the music and all that. But I'm definitely more of like a fan of Mega Man's aesthetics than playing them. I do like playing them, but they're also very hard. And I'll like play them for 5 minutes and I'm like, well, I died.
Yeah. Cuphead balances the frustration that you would feel in like a Mega Man with, man, I like you. When I play it, I get just a little bit farther every time. Even if I play it like 15 minutes and I get frustrated, like, okay, I'm going to put this down. The next time I play it, I get a little bit farther on a boss. And when I get to the point where, I could almost kill this boss, I've almost seen their final form, then I'm compelled to keep playing. It's like, okay, now I'm at the final form. And then I see like, wow, I did half of that final form's health. I'm close. And I just keep pounding away at it. I'm in the third world. I think I have 1 or 2 more. You have to collect 5 souls each level, each world, and you can move on. So I think I need 2 more, and then I'm at the final boss or the final world. Not sure what's next. That game's incredible. It's just, it's fun to look at. I'm still getting impressed by certain levels. There is a run and gun level where you're running along the docks, and it has parallax scrolling in the background and objects in the foreground. And it's just fun to look at. And then, of course, the music is incredible. It's a joy to play. It's a joy to kind of look at and watch the animations and then have to bang your head against it over and over again. But I also think that makes, at least me, it makes me like appreciate a lot of the animation because I have to see it a lot. So a lot of the different boss forms I get to see like, I never noticed this in the background before. And it's my 12th attempt. Like, that's neat. That's a cool thing that they added. That if it were easier, I might never have noticed that if I beat the boss in 3 tries instead of 20. So I'm loving it. I think there are a lot of parts of it that are just done damn near perfectly for what it was trying to achieve in like a difficult but not too hard platformer based on like that kind of cartoon era of cartoon. everything about it is pitch perfect. I'm just continually impressed by it, and I want to beat it. So hopefully I can.
I believe in you, Michael. I bet you can.
I think I can too. So we'll see. I'm just thinking about that Mr. King Dice theme, which is amazing. If you haven't listened to that, you need to just look that up. I think it's just Mr. King Dice Cuphead. Listen to that theme, and then just have fun. You're just gonna have a good day.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really know what else to say about Cuphead other than it's incredible.
Yeah, I only played a little bit of it. I got up to the first side-scrolling shooter level with the the blimp lady.
Blimp lady.
Yeah, she turns into the constellations and then the moon.
Oh yeah. She's really good. She's difficult. It took me a while to figure out exactly what I needed to be doing to put as much damage into her, because those are all about which form are you good at, and which form do you just store up your special and just fucking shove a bomb in their face and then just survive as long as you can to get that little extra damage to move on. Yeah, those are great. And I'm running into run and gun levels now where I have to, before you could probably just get the spread gun and you're fine. Now I'm finding I need to have 2 good weapons and the perfect charm, the perfect automatically parry. All you have to do is jump, or invisible dashes. You have to have the perfect charm, and then you can get through it, kind of stuff. And that, I actually like it because that makes it a little bit more challenging. It makes me want to get all the coins in the run and gun, so I can go back to the pig shop and get all the things, anything extra. Now I want all of it. Before I would get stuff and say, oh, at least I can afford it. Now it's I want all of it because I may need it. And I think that means it's a really well-balanced game and designed superbly. I'm really glad that whatever they did, they went back and added more stuff.
Michael, is there anything else you want to talk about?
I have 2 more things. Do you want to do one, or do you want me to just finish myself up?
You go ahead.
Okay.
You go ahead, and I'll take over with what you haven't covered and what interests me and all that.
Okay. I have a bummer story and a good game, so I'll do the bummer story.
All right. Yeah. Let's end on a posy note.
Yeah. Randomly, and for I'm still not sure why, EA shut down Visceral Games this past week.
Yeah.
Yeah. For people who don't know or don't remember, Visceral made all 3 Dead Spaces. They made Battlefield Hardline. They made other stuff. And they were currently making whatever Star Wars 1313 was taken over by them. Amy Hennig, who worked on the Uncharted's, was the creative director of that, of 2 and 3, I think, came over and helped and was leading that team, and randomly they got shut down.
Very much out of nowhere.
Yeah. From what I understand, the game still exists. A lot of the work, which was being helped out by EA, which EA is it? Not Montreal, Vancouver.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, was helping out, so they're taking over, and a different person who is an executive producer at EA is taking over the project, and Amy Hennig, I guess, is going to move on to something else, and whoever couldn't move on with the project is just shit canned, and instead of moving the game, they just shut down the studio. I don't know why you don't move the game and then just make a different game with that studio, with Amy Hennig. I don't know. There were rumors that game, whatever that Star Wars game was in some trouble. I know EA came out and said that the story-based focused game wasn't where they wanted to go, but some people some people are speculating that might just be the best thing to say to investors, rather than saying this game was an active trash fire. So, I don't know. It's just a weird thing to have happened and not a good sign for. I know projects cost more. I know that there need to be aspects to them that make money post-launch, but I don't know how you look a Amy Hennig directed Star Wars game, and from everything we know about Star Wars 1313 being like such a badass looking game, I don't know how you look at all that and say, can it, rather than add multiplayer. So, that's such a weird story.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, games seem like such an odd thing, and a lot of AAA has to be like complete slam dunks, or else it's seen as a net negative.
Yeah, and they just cost so much money. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sucks for Visceral. I hope all those people kind of get back to it and get some jobs, and hopefully Amy Hennig gets a good project to work on and put her talents to, and hopefully whatever that game is comes out. So.
For sure.
Yep.
Anything else?
Yeah, one last thing. I've been playing way too much of Divinity Original Sin 2.
Yeah, I've seen you talking about that constantly for like 2 weeks now.
It's a really good game. I think I'm about 30 hours in, or just shy of 30 hours. I'm in the second area. The second map, Reaper's Coast. That game's great. That game's incredible. It's it looks like a very typical RPG for the PC, like isometric. You can change the camera a little bit, but you can swing it around and stuff, zoom in and out. But isometric RPG, fantasy world. There's magic and stuff and blah 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 and dragons. And that stuff is all very well written. The characters are well written. The dialogue is voiced really well. But where it succeeds for me is the combat and the goofiness that's around it. The combat is as best described as like a tabletop D&D game. Every character has when you're in combat, you go in turns. Turns are determined by like an RNG, and that is influenced by your stats. And you have AP, you have action points. How far you move will consume a certain amount of action points. If you attack, that consumes an action point. You have skills; those all like have action points. And you can kind of customize your character however you want. I have a lizard with a mohawk who is a ranger, and but through the game I have picked up like other skills, so I can cast, and like your equipment can give you skills. So one of my dudes has gloves that grant him teleportation, so he can teleport other people wherever he wants, as long as he can see them and see where he's teleporting to. My lizard ranger has a dome of protection and can just cast a dome that protects people, even though he's just a ranger. So it kind of mixes things up. So my ranger can heal, has dome of protection, and then can do all this ranger shit where he's just shooting you with arrows. The guy who has teleportation is my like go-to melee dude. He has a shield and a sword. I have a dwarf who has a big fucking axe, but that can cast poison. Like, it really feels like everyone has a role, but everyone has options. And that makes the game and like what I'm doing very strategic, to the point where if I lose a battle, and I feel like, man, I'm close to that, I play it again. It's like, well, okay, what skills should I be using? Because last time all I was doing was, trying to wail away on these people. And there's just other little stuff, like everyone has armor and magic armor. So I ran into a character just in my last battle who had no regular armor, no physical armor. So I ran my little dwarf up to her and just like fucking swing your axe at her. Because then it's just doing damage to her health instead of her armor, because the armor has to go away first. And it feels good to play that way. It's because it's turn-based, and because It's action point based. It feels rigid, but because there's no like grid, there's nothing like that. There's a lot of little nuances, like oil catches fire, or if you kill someone and they bleed out and an enemy runs up on their corpse or is running at you and is on that blood, you can electrify the blood, and that electrifies anyone touching it.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of little combinations you can do that makes the combat like a lot of fun. Like if you have a ranged person, they do better up high. So sometimes I will teleport my lizard ranger up high, even if that means they get knocked down for a turn. It just then means they get like extra 20% damage. So it behooves me to do that. So as much as I'm like paying attention to my enemies and paying attention to my surroundings, and it feels really good. And then it's just goofy as shit. Like, there's an ability called Pet Pal, which you should get if none of your party has it. You should get it because you can talk to any animal, and there are quests that animals give you. There are animals who will like warn you if there's a creature around the corner, or they'll give you like information. There's a quest I'm on to find somebody, and she's kind of captured. And I talked to a rat, and he told me everything I need to know, like who was captured, where they were, they're just down the road, like all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of that, just like little nuances. I've read walkthroughs for areas I thought I was trapped in, and I read through it, and the walkthroughs almost always suggest like you can attack these people, and it's like, man, I've already done that part. I didn't have to attack anyone. I just talked to them. There's just a lot of little stuff to this game that makes it. Even when it is frustrating or dense or difficult, because it can be difficult, you need, when you're in a fight, you need to fight something that's at least within a level of you. So I'm a level 9. If I run into someone who's a level 11 or 12, I'm going to die. But there's a lot of little stuff to it that just makes it just goofy and fun and makes it easier to approach. It makes it easier to like poke with the stick. It makes it easier, like, when you are on this really serious mission and you just find a chicken coop and they're all freaking out about an egg. It's like, well, I'll go do this quest, because why not find the egg for these chickens? Or why not find this dude who's running away and he's hiding in a barrel? Like, there's just a lot of little goofy stuff and it's all written really well. And it plays really well. It is essentially a Dungeons and Dragons like adventure. There's even a game master mode in it. You can design your own little campaign. You can add like, I'll put the enemy here. I'll add fog here. I'll put, you write your own dialogue. You design your own level. All that stuff. It's kind of amazing, and it's all from like a kickstarted game. It's crazy. I am enjoying it more than I ever thought I would.
Huh. Well, all right.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for sharing with us, Michael.
Oh, thank you for asking, John.
Well, I don't really have too much to talk about because I spent most of my time this week moving. I had to help my parents move, so I had to help move their entire house.
Fun. Always fun.
Yeah, and then I had to move myself 4 hours away to beautiful Sarasota, Florida.
Where the old people live.
Where the even older people live.
Yep.
Awful. There's nothing here.
Nope.
I have to drive 15 minutes to get to, like, civilization, basically. Like, I crest a fucking hill and I see a Walgreens and I'm like, normality.
Finally, lottery tickets.
I can buy slightly overpriced bottled water here.
You gotta get that Arizona tea.
That is true. I actually bought a big jug of Arizona half and half, so,
I got the Arizona, I think it was half and half, lemonade and sweet tea?
Yes, that.
Okay, I got that for the first time. I haven't tried it.
It's very good.
I do the mango. I do the energy herbal tonic, because that actually does give me quite a bit of energy. Mm-hmm. And I do what's the other one I do? Oh, I do the honey and ginseng.
Ooh, that sounds good. I usually, if I'm going for some Arizona thing, I'll usually either just get the like half and half, or I'll get the watermelon flavored.
I have had the watermelon. It's pretty good. Is the half and half has Arnold Palmer's face on it, correct?
It's basically just an Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, it has his face on it, though.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's ridiculously great. Just fucking Arnold, this old man golfer who I bet fewer and fewer people even know who he is or why. Like, it doesn't even say his name. Like, this is an Arnold Palmer. It has it like his signature, but it's just, if you didn't know who that was, or that drink is called an Arnold Palmer, you would just think this drink has an old man's face on it.
The golf man who loves this drink.
Yeah. The golf man. Yep.
The golfman.
What a terrible superhero.
Yeah, so I moved all the way over here, and boy, some of my stuff got broken, and it's not great, because I had to shove it in my car. My computer monitor broke. I have to buy a new computer monitor. That's not that big of a deal, though, because I hooked up the computer to the living room TV here. I should explain a little bit. I'm living in Mike Casamano's family's summer home.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking weird. I'm here by myself. I just sit out in the living room all day on the computer now. I mean, I've only been here like 2 days, but I've just been sitting here. Honestly, I've mostly been doing some like work stuff. Like, I've been writing, I've been getting my affairs sorted out from moving, trying to make sure that school is all set up. I'm going to be here for a couple of months, and I think everything should be smooth sailing.
I feel like, I'm sure you know, like, the cliche of a writer who goes to a hotel and, like, shuts himself in with, like, a bottle of whiskey and just writes. I feel like that's what you've done. You've absconded to Sarasota, home of Randy Macho Man Savage and Mean Gene Okerlund. And now you're just doing it. You're just sitting around.
Letting the creative juices flow.
You should get a golf cart. That's what everyone does down there. You should get a golf cart and go to the nearby. I bet there is some sort of shitty gas station that sells some groceries, and I'm sure there's some shitty beach restaurants nearby. And probably a bar where 80-year-old men drink, and that's what you should do.
So far, I have seen the only young people I have seen so far while I've been here were a couple who were driving around in a, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like a fucking moon rover or some shit. It was this blue, like, it wasn't a moon rover. It was like this blue little, like, buggy thing. It looked so bizarre. Like, I don't think I can audibly explain it. It was the weirdest looking vehicle I've ever seen in my life.
That sounds like some sort of rich couple who have moved down there and now they're like, yeah, fuck it. We live here now.
I've also seen that, like, they have, like, little, like, not like taxis, but they have like free ride things around here. Well, they'll just pick you up and take you places, but like the cars are covered in advertisements and you're supposed to just tip the driver.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of awesome. Do they have like I assume they have a limited range.
I wouldn't know. Like, I mean, I haven't tried it yet. I kind of feel like I should, but I don't carry cash on me, so I feel like I should like go to the bank and like withdraw some money and then just like
go to the
here. This will be my. I need to drive somewhere and I need to tip the poor person who's carting me around today.
Go to the bank and withdraw $50 worth of ones, and so the teller's like, "Oh, strip club," and you're like, "No, it's the tip the free driver. I'm gonna force me to drive to the Taco Bell."
I will also buy them Taco Bell. Don't worry.
Oh man, you should make them go through the drive-through.
I have lightly considered that. Like, I've had days where like either my car was broken or I'm just like in such a bad mood that I can't like get out of bed. I'm just like, I wonder if I can call an Uber and just go to McDonald's. Like,
I bet if someone listening to this is an Uber driver or a Lyft driver, and that has happened to you, I want to know the story. Even if it's just simple, like, yeah, this dude called me up and was like, to the McDonald's.
Because I actually was an Uber driver for a very short amount of time.
Right, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and I didn't do that specifically, but like one time I went to pick up a guy and like he specified, "Oh, I need to be brought home." But then he asked me, "Oh, can we actually also go pick my daughter up from school?" So I just did that, like it was like I had to like edit some stuff in like the route or whatever, but I just went and picked up his daughter and then I brought both of them home. That was it.
Did his daughter ask, "Hey, Daddy, who's the strange man in the car with us? Why are we in this car, Daddy?"
No, I guess they Uber on the reg, so, it was perfectly normal for them.
Oh, so it's perfectly normal for his daughter to just get into a stranger's car.
With him?
Sure. I don't know. That feels like a weird thing feels like a weird thing to teach your kids. Strangers are okay, their cars are okay. Like, I'm not the paranoid, like, crime is around the corner, lock your doors during the day kind of person. But also, that seems like a strange precedent to teach your children.
I don't know. I mean, at the very least, I think it would be okay as long as you're just like, yeah, as long as you're with me, it's fine,
Sure. You should have just, like, turned around and started asking her, like, "Do you like video games? Let me tell you about No More Heroes." She was like, huh?
No. I was as cordial as I could possibly be. I remember they were a very cute family, and I enjoyed them being in my car. That's all I remember from that.
It
was very nice.
Should have whipped out your Pokemon binder, like, "You want to trade? You see anything you like? You see anything you like?"
I feel like if I carried that around with me, it would be like a driving hazard because it's so fucking bulky now. Like I have everything in one folder. Like it would either like wallop somebody or it would spill out all over the place and cover up my windshield and force me to crash. Like
your car's just leaning over to the side. You get pulled over and he's like, what's wrong with your car? And you just show him. He's like, "Oh man, you have a Charizard holo."
Wow, is that a Gardevoir EX? Yes, it is.
Yeah, full art. Ooh,
full art. Yes, it is.
He just rips it up. That's what you get for speeding.
No, fair enough.
Taking this Meowth. I love Meowth.
If anyone wants a Meowth card, they can come and take it. I have too many. I have a literal stack of one Meowth card because I would get one every time I opened a pack. For like 7 or 8 packs straight. I have a solid I think I have 11 of that one card.
Oh, is it
because I just keep
he had like a weird move, didn't he?
It's the one where he's like dehydrated and he's like dragging himself across the desert. Yeah, I have 11 of those.
It's the dying Meowth.
Yeah, it's like fucking dehydrated, fucking dying of thirst Meowth.
What a weird artwork. Like, I don't know. Can you draw Meowth being playful? Like, I guess I could. Can you draw Meowth dying of thirst in a desert? Like, can I?
Yes. Oh boy. I don't even have to draw it again. I have one right here.
What do you want? Do you want him dragging by his fingernails? Do you want him dead? This one's got vultures above him. This one's got a mirage. This one's got the pyramids in the background.
Let me see. But yeah, I mean, I haven't really been able to play too much. I just set up my consoles today, but then I was doing so much like work around like getting stuff set up still. I haven't even turned anything on.
Mm-hmm.
But something that was neat that I can talk about briefly is I got a book in the mail that's related to games. Amazon had a little it was actually a pretty big promotion, I would say, where if you signed up for an Audible trial, you could order a free book up to $50. So I ordered a $50 book.
What'd you get?
I got a copy of Good Nintentions.
Excuse me?
Good Nintentions.
What is Good Nintentions?
So I don't think it's much of a secret that I'm a pretty big fan of the podcast and other like surrounding pieces of content created by Retronauts, which is Jeremy Parrish and Bob Mackey, and Jeremy's like little like conglomerate of people who write about retro games that he runs. That's like kind of related with Retronauts, but not really, is GameSpite. And Good Intentions is a book compendium and like companion to a series of videos that he was doing on his own for a while, but now he's like kind of brought it in with Retronauts because they launched a Patreon, and I think he wanted to keep everything under one roof. So he was doing, for the longest time, he was doing a video series called Game Boy World. That's every single Game Boy game in chronological order from when it came out in America. And then he started to do one for NES games, and that was Good Intentions. And then he made one for Super Nintendo games. But now that he's got it like all under one roof and like under Retronauts, they're all named Blank Works now. So it's just Game Boy Works, NES Works, Super NES Works.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Good Intentions is like you can still get the book, but I think he's gonna like re-release it to like match up with the current like design of the books that he's doing, because now he's doing everything in like a uniform design because they're all in the same series now. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if there's gonna be like a new version of it that might be cheaper or something, but it's a really gorgeous book. Like it's just a bunch of writing about like not every single game, but like pretty much any game worth a damn that came out on the NES. And it's just like little blurbs mostly. It's just like he got like some of his other writer friends to like write things about the games and just like little things that are interesting. But like the main draw is just seeing these like really amazingly done screenshots of NES games. And I know it's like, oh, it was just pixel art. But the book is just so large and like the colors are so vibrant. It's just really nice to be able to look at that stuff and read a little bit about games that you might not know about. And it's just like the detail and the love that is put into this book is really obvious. Like I said, though, it is $50, and that is kind of a lot for something like that. Like there are other books out there that do similar things that aren't really as expensive. But you know, I would still say take a look at it if you're interested in that kind of stuff, or at the very least, I do highly recommend those videos. Those are obviously free and on YouTube. You could lose, like, entire days just watching those videos and learning about bullshit. Like, you know, like, you like to think that the NES and the Game Boy and all those are great systems, but if you watch, especially Game Boy Works, there's some real stinkers on that system. Like I almost feel bad for Jeremy because poor guy because he's playing every single game that came out in America. Dude has to play a lot of solitaire games. Like
yeah, the Game Boy did so well. It was the Wii of its era of just here's this mobile thing anyone could buy, slap something on it.
I can't even imagine something like. The Wii, like the Game Boy was extremely popular, but the Wii was so much more so. I can't even imagine someone trying to do something similar with the Wii. Like, I need to play every single Wii game. Here's Carnival Games 2, and 3, and 6, and 90. Like, there's so much bullshit on that, on those consoles, and it's a shame, but then when something's good, and you can really go in depth with it, that's really fun. Or even if it's like a weird obscurity. Like, what was that game? It was like that Outback story that he talked about on the Game Boy that's like based on some weird like Australian like movie based in Australia that only came out in Japan, but then they ported the game over to the US. It's super weird.
So the Game Boy sold more units than the Wii.
Well then. Okay.
118.69 million. Very nice. Mm-hmm. Versus 101.63. So not like a crazy difference, especially when you get to like 100 million, but 20 more, nearly 20 more million.
Yeah.
Still, I think that's indicative of like what you were saying. It's just at some point when you're that popular, just everyone wants to put their game out in hopes of selling something and recouping some money.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's neat. You know, I'm glad that I have the book. I will say this isn't indicative of anything. When I did get the book, it was slightly damaged, and I am gonna swap it out for a new one. But
it just sounds like Amazon.
Yeah, like obviously that wasn't anyone's fault, but I'm getting a new one. But it's still like I'm enjoying the damaged version that I have now that I will swap out for a nice one in the future.
Yeah.
And I will just continue to enjoy it. It is a very nice piece of art there.
I almost got like something similar in my free book from Amazon, but I eventually got like a Star Wars concept art book because I love Ralph McQuarrie's drawings. If anyone listening hasn't looked up Ralph McQuarrie's Star Wars drawings, look them up, because the way C-3PO looks, the way a lot of shots, especially from A New Hope, a lot of the way things look, the specific actual shots that were taken from his concept drawings. George Lucas had vague ideas of some things, but didn't have finalized ideas. So even like the way Darth Vader's helmet looks comes from Ralph McQuarrie drawings, and they're so good that George Lucas would use them as storyboards, because he would just be like, "Yep, I want that. That's the shot I want." And he kept working on all three of the original movies, and then they have art from all kinds of other stuff. It's just called Star Wars Concepts, but there are plenty of other Star Wars art books. But this particular one actually ends with concept from different games, including, this is connecting back to what we were talking about before, Star Wars 1313.
Wow.
And there's the typical, like, because that game was supposed to be, I think, was it supposed to be Boba Fett, or was Boba Fett was going to be in it?
No. I read another book people should look into, that Jason Schreier's Blood, Sweat, and Pixels game. It's really interesting because when they revealed that game to the public, they had a trailer and like one of those like playable slices, like how they can't actually hand you the controller because if you go left too far, the game will break, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they had that kind of thing starring like a new character. But at that time, the developers already knew that like they had already started working on a version of the game starring Boba Fett. Like Boba Fett was going to be the main character of that game. Yeah,
that's a shame because man, I love me some Fett. But yeah, like that game is very the underworld of Coruscant, and one of the concept art pages is like the top of a building with like a pool next to it. So it's very much like visiting some of the richer, more opulent areas of Coruscant too. And I thought that would have been like a really neat game because I don't know, that just seems like a really cool aspect of Star Wars they don't go into, and they touch upon it every now and again of like the gross parts of Star Wars, but the prequels having so much like clean stuff. Which was a purposeful choice because they wanted that to be clean compared to the under the Empire's heel is very dirty and very used and recycled. But like Star Wars 1313 looked like it was going to be, and hopefully maybe one day we'll see whatever is left of it was going to be something fucking dope.
It seems special. Like you should definitely at the very least look into maybe just like ducking into a Books A Million or something and reading that last chapter because it's super neat. Just they were going to base like a good amount of that game's gameplay around Boba Fett's jetpack, and like that itself like makes me really excited. Like, hey, this was something that they were like actively planning. Like, oh, how will you get around the world with the jetpack? How will you interact with enemies? Will you be able to like tether them to your jetpack and fling them around? Would you be able to escape from them easy? Like, I liked that concept, but who knows if we'll ever play it?
Well, I don't think the current one is. I assume the current one is not a Boba Fett game.
Yeah.
I assume that was part of what was canned. I read stuff a while ago about like some of what maybe came over, because I know stuff came over, but I don't know like how much exactly. And so I think a lot of it was just concept art, because that's pretty easy to recycle. That's pretty easy to like, yeah, okay, a level will be on this city level. We don't have to call it Coruscant. We can call it something else. It's a shame we never saw Star Wars 1313. I would have liked to seen that, just like I would have liked to seen what Amy Hennig would have done with it. So Also, again, touching back on the visceral stuff before we go into questions, I learned that Jade Raymond's studio is just a Motive Studios or Motive Games is just helping out. Like I don't know if they have their own game in development. They're helping out. Yeah. They were helping out with Amy Hennings, and they're helping out with Battlefront 2. So I don't know if they have their own team working on, because that's 2 games they're working on, and neither are out yet. Now one's shit canned, or kind of shit canned. So I don't know what she's doing. That also seems like a waste of talent.
For sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's one last thing I wanted to mention that interested me.
Okay.
Before we move on, and it is that Blue Revolver is getting a big update. Now I know that game really went under the radar, like majorly.
I had to look up what it was.
Yeah, I was only aware of it because I followed the artist on Twitter. But it's a very good shmup. Like, if you like stuff like, I don't know, if you like, Ikaruga, the kind of top-down, forward-facing shoot-'em-ups, it is an excellent one of those. Like, the things that they do with that game, the options that they give you, the difficulty, the weapons, it's so much fun to just look at, listen to. The music's fantastic. I love that game. It definitely deserves more attention. And the nice thing is that this update is basically like a 1.5 release of the game. It's called the Black Label Edition. It seems like that they're kind of like releasing it as a separate thing because they're going to keep an original version of it called White Label available. But if you have the original version, then Black Label will be free. They're adding a bunch of new stuff. Like they're turning the regular mode into an arcade mode with better weapons and some gameplay tweaks. They are redoing the missions, which was something that a lot of people were frustrated with that game, was how like boring the missions are. They're trying to make the missions more exciting. They're also adding a new arrange mode that have recharging ammo and a different scoring system that's supposed to be just for experts. And a new extra mode with short quick-fire bursts of gameplay and a new power-up system that's more of a like survival game. Then there's new songs, there's a new tutorial, and some extra little gadgets and gizmos. So that's just really neat. Like that's almost something that you would expect from like almost a sequel at these days, but they're putting this out as a free update.
That's neat.
So that's coming out in January of next year. Again, I highly, highly recommend that game if you like games like that. Hell, even if you don't like games like that, it's still something that's accessible enough, and the music is good enough that you'll enjoy it. Just look up that OST, please. It's so good. But before you move on, one more thing. This is not necessarily the thing that I'm interested in, but I just want to give a shout out to 2 articles posted on our site. An opinion piece by Rose about loot boxes and how they're predatory. It's a very interesting opinion there that I think people should read and take a look at. And Ryan wrote something.
That's an opinion. It's also an opinion piece.
Ryan did something on our website.
It's an opinion piece. It's an onion piece. It's a pasta piece.
You can say that. Look,
he made an Olive Garden.
He made an Olive Garden celebration.
He made an homage, a tribute, a celebration of the family restaurant, the Italiano restaurant, known as the Garden, the Olive Garden, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, all I will say is that you should read it. Chances are you already have, because not to toot our own horn, but it got around. But I implore you, if you haven't read it yet, please check it out. Ryan's one of the funniest motherfuckers on this planet or any other planet, and I am super happy that he wrote a hilarious piece about Roller Coaster Tycoon and Olive Garden for our website. So yeah, please check that out. Let's move on to questions.
You can send questions to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask, or if you like to email people, I like getting emails. It's like a Hershey's Kiss on a day in which I crave sweets. You can email to podcast@videogamechoochoo.com. And you'll sound like these human beings sound like. Anonymous writes in and simply asks the age-old question, which I can't answer. John, you'll have to answer this for me. John Cena 2 versus Imp Fantastic. Who would win? Well,
John Cena 2 is dead now. At the beginning of that stream, John Cena 2 died. He was erased, and he's dead. So I think Imp Fantastic automatically wins, just based on that.
What if, let's do some fantasy booking, as they call it. John Cena 2 in his prime, Imp Fantastic in his prime. They're able to go head-to-head. CM Punk is the special referee. Who wins?
I would say, I don't know, I feel like Imp Fantastic has, John Cena 2 is more of like a powerhouse, but Imp Fantastic is a lot more like quick and like cheeky.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Imp Fantastic might have a shot. He's got some magic on his hands. He's incredibly powerful. He teamed up with Sans from Undertale, and
that's automatically negative.
And also Rob Van Dam.
Another negative. Rob Van Dam can't wrestle. He's too high. He doesn't know where he is.
Who else did he team up with? There was another stupid character he teamed up with. I don't even remember.
Sans and Rob Van Dam, two very
Sans,
stupid
Rob
characters.
Van Dam, and some other character. And then he fought against 3 of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Primo.
Yeah. If people want to watch whatever the fuck we're talking about, it's the video of a stream we did for WWE 2K18. 18,
yes.
That and its launch, which there'll be a review of.
Yes,
shortly.
yes. That was a very fun but also incredibly stupid video to record. That game, look, this isn't the official Video Game Choo Choo review because I'm not writing it, but that game looks like it sucks ass.
That seems like the consensus of those games for years now.
Well, hey.
Keeping the tradition alive.
Stop buying them.
Yeah, please, yeah. Anonymous asks, personal opinion on Olive Garden.
It's fine.
Wait, what?
No.
You? Wait, hold on. Pumping the brakes. I'm pulling over the car where I'm getting out. I've just walked away. I've thrown the keys into the woods. And I'm just turning around, headlights hitting me. You're still in the passenger seat, and I'm just looking at you, just yelling, "What?"
I'm just kidding. I like Olive Garden. I love to eat the soup salad and breadsticks. It's very good.
What kind of salad do you get? The house salad? Do you
get the house salad? What do you get? Know it.
And then what's your dressing?
Whatever comes on it normally.
No, don't they give you an option? They don't give you we've got ranch and balsamic vinaigrette and horse turds and raisins squeezed into a bottle. They don't give you options?
Raisins squeezed into a bottle would just be like grapes, but less.
That's what a raisin is. It's a grape, but less.
Second, the standard, the salad that they bring out for you. That's what I mean.
Okay, so I think that just has a vinaigrette.
Yeah, that has just a vinaigrette or something on top of it. That's what I mean.
Okay. What kind of soup are you rocking?
Cassaforoli.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think Olive Garden is an affront to Italians, taste buds, and human beings with stomachs. So, but I would eat there. I don't know. It's fine. You could go to other places and get much better food for cheaper.
Yes, you can.
But the Olive Garden is closer, though, So, and people still hand out gift certificates and gift cards to it. And you're like, well, I guess the only other restaurant on here is seafood. So I guess I'm going to the Olive Garden. What else? Let's see. Real Noun asks 3 games you'd bring to a deserted island.
That's Trex. Hello, Trex.
Hi, Trex. Trex, your icon is a little... looks like an alien?
I can't tell what that is.
It's a person... I don't know what that is. Assuming I have power, my 3 would probably be SimCity 2000, Skyrim, because you can just play that for a very long time, and, man, what would be my 3rd? I don't know. I don't know what my 3rd is. John, what do you got?
Whatever the most recent Pokemon game would be. Smash Bros. 4. And...
The 3rd one's hard.
Blood.
Really? You would bring 2 fighting games?
Or Street Fighter 3. Or just, I would bring multiple fighting games, yes.
See, I try to set, that's why I like SimCity. I could also say Civ, but SimCity is, my favorite one of those games. And then, whatever I said the second one was, I don't know what the third
Michael,
one
I
would
fucking
be.
love fighting games. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, then. I don't know what my 3rd one is. A video game. An Assassin's Creed game. Just because you could play that for 40 hours and it'd be fine. Because there's a lot of shit to fucking do. Anonymous writes in and says, what Pokemon types would you be and why, and how would you evolve?
That's a great question.
I would be electric, water, electric.
So a Chinchou?
Water, electric.
Chinchou.
What'd you call me? What? Is that a type of dog?
Chinchou! It's a fucking Pokemon already!
I don't know what
it's
a Chinchou is.
Silver. It evolves from a lantern.
I'm not assigning myself an existing
fish.
Pokemon.
It's
I
got
am
the
becoming a
X's
Pokemon.
over its eyes, and then it's like the fuck with the lights. It's the anglerfish with the lights. Yeah.
Okay, but okay. I'm not. No, I am me. I'm not a Chowchin. Yeah. And I wouldn't evolve. I am in a perfect form already. No need to go anywhere.
I feel like I don't want to puff myself up too much. I think I would just be a normal type. I think I would just be a normal type.
Secondary type.
But I would evolve with friendship, and that would turn me into a psychic type or something like that. I would become incredibly wise and incredibly powerful.
Ugh, about time.
But only if you're my friend.
All right. Anonymous asks, what would John's dream be for an officially licensed Danganronpa crossover? What franchise would be drawn into the mutual killing game?
Well, I think I think my opinion has been officially written down that I would rather there not be another Danganronpa game.
You don't get the choice to do it or not. You are creating a Danganronpa crossover.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If I had to, I think the easy answer, but the good answer still would be Persona. I think they would have to do something to make it so you're not actually killing each other, but because they wouldn't actually kill Persona characters, but. And I also wouldn't want it to be just Persona 4. I think Persona 3 characters would fit very well into that scenario. I think the Persona 3 characters would fit the best. But Persona 4 and 5 characters would also be interesting to see them in that kind of scenario, in interacting with each other and living day-to-day lives like that.
What about if they were in a fighting game?
That would also be cool.
A fighting, dating visual novel game. You had to fight off other suitors to your love choice.
That sounds like a very good game.
Thanks, I made it.
Thank you.
No problem.
I mean, look, there was... I've mentioned this previously, I'm pretty sure, but They almost made a Danganronpa fighting game, and they didn't. And I'm still very angry about that.
I feel like it would need a crossover to like really do well.
There's enough characters in that game. Like
I not like to make it good. I just mean to like sell well. Like a good crossover, like a Persona, would probably garner more attention than, oh, we made a Danganronpa fighting game. Most people would be like, oh, that's that game I still can't pronounce for some reason, even though I work in the industry.
Danganronpa sold very well in Japan. I think at the very least that would be fine for Japan, and then it would just get brought over here, and it would be a niche title.
Yeah, be played in next to Melty Blood and parking lots of Popeyes.
Like I am 90% sure if anyone were to make that game, it would be the people that made Melty and Uniel. Like that, I feel like that would be the perfect style for a Danganronpa fighting game.
Yeah, French. What is it? French bread.
French bread. Yes.
Yeah. Last question. You can send questions if you like to email, like your grandmother does. You can go to podcast@videogamechuchu.com and just send us an email. Just send us one over. Make it happy.
You can
make
do
it
that.
You can. Yeah, and you can make it really long, and I'll just skim through it and say, I'm never asking this question. Or you can make it really short, and I'll be like, thanks. Or you can go over to videogamechuchu.tumblr.com, and then a /, and then 3 letters that spell ask.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what those 3 letters are, but if you find them, you can ask us a question. Like Shoeless asks us, to finish us off, Shoeless says, what restaurant would you try to recreate in a simulation video game, and what game would you use to do it? Obviously, this is an homage to Ryan's Portal to Hell, also known as the Olive Garden Roller Coaster Tycoon article. So, man, what restaurant would I recreate? You got anything?
I mean, I feel like I would definitely do it in Cook Serve Delicious. Like,
yeah,
how could
I feel
you
like
not?
It's too easy.
I know.
Like it's too easy.
I know, but how could you not? It's right there.
I would recreate a Waffle House using the Halo Forge.
Oh shit!
Stuff, and then I would change. So there's 2 teams.
Mm-hmm.
One team has a batter gun and a plate gun. So you have to hit the batter into the waffle makers. And then you have to throw the plates, and then when it's done, you have to walk up to it, load your plate, and throw it at a customer. But then you have a third gun that you can only pick up when someone becomes rowdy, and it's just a gun. And then the other team is waffle eaters, and you have a knife and a fork, and you have to eat the waffle. And then there's one spy among the waffle eaters who's trying to cause trouble. But he's trying to be sneaky about it. So,
I see.
Yeah,
That sounds pretty good.
Waffle Halo.
I feel like if it was the actual Waffle House experience, someone would just be screaming at someone else, and you're just trying to eat your waffles at like 2 a.m.
Sounds great.
That's it.
Yeah. Halo. Waffles evolved.
Mm-hmm.
Combat waffle. You got anything?
I feel like I would create the Red Lobster experience.
So sadness.
Yeah, I mean, all it would be is eating as many Cheddar Bay biscuits as possible before you go into cardiac arrest.
So what is that, like Red Lobster and what, Depression Quest?
Yes.
Yeah.
It would just be like it would be like a Twine game, and all it would just be like, you chose to eat another Cheddar Bay biscuit. You click the button. You chose to eat another Cheddar Bay biscuit. Like
there's an option that says you choose to be an adult and stop eating, and there's another one that says no, those are kind of disgusting, and those are both grayed out and crossed off, and you have to keep clicking. I ate another Cheddar Bay biscuit. I ate another Cheddar Bay biscuit, and then finally it adds a 4th option. And if you keep eating Cheddar Bay biscuits, that 4th option is the only one you can choose, and it just says vomit sadly.
It just says drive yourself to the hospital, and then eventually it says your blood is 90% butter. You are at the hospital now. You're done.
It just says you are now a Cheddar Bay biscuit, and then you have to wait for someone else playing the game to click on it and eat you.
Oh fuck!
And then you're free.
Damn, that's deep.
Yeah.
You have to sit there it locks up your computer. You can't do anything until someone eats the Cheddar Bay biscuit.
Yeah, the game's secretly a virus.
Damn, we came up with some shit today. Damn.
We did come up with some shit. Just, keeping the video game choo-choo tradition alive. Coming up with shit.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. Well, that ought to do it for this episode of the show. Thank you, Michael, for being on. Again, I would just like to remind everybody to check out the site. We have those articles that I mentioned previously about Rose wrote the one about the loot boxes. Ryan wrote the amazing Olive Garden story there. And we also have a review of A Hat in Time up on the site.
Yeah.
So please check that out. Feel free to follow us on Twitter at VGCC, on Tumblr, videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com. Go on to iTunes and rate and review us. We really need that stuff. You know how it is on iTunes. If you get good ratings, if you get a lot of reviews, our numbers go up, and we need that.
Let's take down car talk.
Yeah, finally.
Let's put sugar in their goose tank.
Yeah, their
tank really keep gooses.
All their geese are gonna be really hyper and squawking while they're trying to record.
It ruins the audio. It's terrible. It's such a good plan.
Absolutely. And finally, feel free to join us in our Discord server, which you can find by going onto your browser of choice and typing in thegamezone.zone, and that'll allow you to join our Discord server. So that about does it. We will be back next week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. Good night.